talking a little bit. My guest is on yet, but I know he's in the waiting room. Need you guys, man, to start lifting prayer up for my girl, Miss Born Thick, who's not doing well today. We're gonna make it do what it do. She left the thing wide open for the crew, man. 271. We don't know what might happen today. She might come back and put us on probation. So let me see, man. I got my followers out here on Instagram, man. Y'all know I be checking in right here with Instagram. Y'all go ahead and come on in here, man. You guys are walking with Walt, getting ready to start this thing up. 271, let me know when we live. I know I'm live over here on Instagram. I think I'm live. I might not even have started it yet. Checking connection. Nope, I didn't. Professor, can you hear me, big dog?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh man, hear you well, brother. Hear you well, man. Excited to talk about you, Jeff Williams, and the Three Kings and everything you guys got coming up, man. This spring, this summer, this fall, and just about the life-changing things that we've been discussing, man, offline. So I don't know how far you can go, but I definitely want the people to know what all you got going on. So DJ271 is gonna let me know when we are on live so we can talk to our people, because I'm gonna jump right in. Because I'm excited, man. I can't believe I got you on. I hate that our partner is healing from surgery, but we'll talk about that a little bit more once we get on.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Well, you know what? With this light right here, I don't even know if I can see it.
Oh, with that light right there?
Mm-hmm. Professor, I feel like... Hey, man, check this out. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Walking with Walt podcast, man. I'm coming in right now fired up because I got one of the Three Kings on today, hoping that the other king, even though he's on medication right now, he's just coming out of a surgery or whatnot, hoping that the other king, Jeff Williams, can join myself and the professor, baby, the point guard, Mr. O'Nay Chapman, coming all the way from Tupelo, Mississippi, checking in with us today, man. So we got a few folks coming in, O'Nay over here on Instagram, man, checking in. What's up, Instagram? How's everything going out here, kings and queens? Got my folks. I can't tell what's going on this screen right here right now. 271 got so much light on my face right now. I feel like I'm a Hollywood superstar or something right now. I'm about to get my doggone star on the Walk of Fame. I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. So y'all might have to talk to me and tell me what's going on. So 271, if any kind of way I can get those comments, man, some way, I don't know, we might have to move this light right here because, you know, I got both my devices being utilized right now. So I can't see anything. Hey, what's going on, Georgia boy Will? What's good in the hood, baby? O'Nay Chapman, are you ready to join us tonight, man?
Man, let's go. We here, man. We ready to rock and roll.
Oh, man, that's what I like. I can hear that power in your voice right now, baby. So let me go ahead, man, and get us started. O'Nay, give me a second. I just want to talk to my folks. Open up like we usually do. Y'all know Miss Born Thick usually brings us on every week, man. So before we get started, I'm asking everybody, man, if y'all can go to her government page, Alexandria Robinson, man. Say get well, say get some rest, say all that good positive stuff she needs to hear right now. Just to get her energy elevated, get her mind elevated, get her body, her spirit, and everything elevated, because she has been burning the candles on both ends for the last probably like month or so, man. And I feel like she just reached that safe space where now she just needs to rest, you know, and just get herself powered up. Her thing has been this entrepreneurship piece. So I hope Mr. Chapman, my road dog, one of the Three Kings, man, will be willing to jump into this entrepreneurship pool and kind of share some nuggets, man, what you've learned over the years, because I see you doing your thing not only with the book publishing, not only with the Young Kings Gentlemen's School, but also I see you doing your thing, man, with Chapman's Detailing and whatnot, which I think is real hot out there. See my man Thad just checked in on Instagram. What's going on? So let me jump right in, man. If y'all can, go ahead and share this thing, man, on both platforms. Share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, share it on any other platform, man, that you guys can find us on. Like it. Subscribe on YouTube, man. We need y'all to do all that good stuff. But I need everybody to take about 30 seconds right now, man. Share that thing. Tag people, man. Do all that good stuff right there. Oh, I gotta keep soaring, man. I talked about you. I talked about your big bro in class the other day. I was telling them how I got started speaking. For y'all who don't know, man, Keith L. Brown, man, the motivator of the millennium, Mr. I'm possible, not impossible. This is my big bro, man. Gave me my first shot at getting paid to do what it is that I'm doing right now. Had to call that Negro for about 3 months before he answered the phone, y'all. He made me pledge. I had to pledge just to get on the same line with him, but I finally got through Tuesday night phone calls with the supervisionaires. And man, all I can say is that brother invited me out to speak one Saturday. He was stuck at an airport. Didn't tell me I was speaking at a church. Y'all know my speaking engagement that day was not set for a church. But when I pulled up and the GPS told me what it was, I said, Lord, have mercy on me. Keith L. Brown just sent me to a church. I thought I was going to a club or somewhere to set it on fire. But man, hey, that began our journey together. He sent me to Earth Day, and after I did Earth Day, some people that wanted me to come to Augusta. Once I got to Augusta, some people wanted me to come to Savannah. Went to Savannah, went to North Augusta, South Carolina, and then I went down to Orlando, and it just went crazy. And every time somebody asked me, "Oh, Nate, do you do this kind of event?" I said, "Yes, I do." Man, I would have taken the bar mitzvah. I would have taken the doggone Sunday school class. But once I got started, man, so I just had to say that shout out to a man, Keith L. Brown, man. That's the big homie. Hey, man, that's the gold standard of the platinum standard that anyone who claims that they are in the speaking arena, if they're in the training, a consulting arena, man, please make sure you go and look at my big brother, Keith L. Brown, on all platforms. And don't be offended by the purple and old gold, y'all. I know. When I say big brother, I know some of y'all probably looking at this A5A and think that I'm saying he's my big brother, like I'm an Omega. So I don't want y'all thinking about him false claiming, man. So that's my brother. I am the Alpha, and he is the Omega, y'all. So with that being said, hopefully you guys are coming on in here, man. You're liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing. I got my right-hand man on tonight, man. One of the three kings of consulting. I got my brother from Tupelo, Mississippi, brother O'Nay Chapman. We call him the professor, baby. He's online. Keith L. Brown is hitting us up with purple, old gold, black, old gold. We got the whole thing going on. So O'Nay Chapman, man, we're going to jump right on into this thing tonight, man. We've been discussing entrepreneurship. I know Keith is an entrepreneur. I know you are an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur, but we have a lot of people out here who've been following us, man. They want to know more about how do you take what it is that you love or your passion or something that you know God has gifted you with, and you monetize that thing right there. So last week we started talking about some of the basic tenets or principles of entrepreneurship. But I want to ask you, Brother Chapman, you are the author, if I'm not mistaken, of 27 books right now, right?
Yes, sir.
27 books. So with that being said, did you grow up in a household, man, where people actually, were real serious about reading and writing and whatnot? What led you, like to that point where you got to book number 27? Because nobody I know actually has that type of capacity, man. 27 books. That's almost like a daggone record to me. You're the only person I know who has 27 books personally. So what was it like growing up in a Chapman household, and what inspired you to become a writer? Because this is one of your streams of income as an entrepreneur.
Well, what really got me into it is just growing up in a household with a grandmother that taught me the life lessons of being great. I can't say that I saw her really reading much outside of the Bible. Okay. I saw her read that every single day, which she still does that today. So maybe telling a little bit of my background would maybe help in this. So I was born to 14-year-old parents who were not able to raise me.
O'Nay, before you do that, can I do something real quick?
Yes.
I want to ask everybody, if y'all will, man, make sure you guys, all of my people out here on Instagram, I'm not sure if you guys can see Nate Chapman right here, because we have him streaming from another platform right now. If you guys can see Nate Chapman on Instagram, let me know. If y'all can't see Nate Chapman on Instagram, let me know as well, so I know what to tell my producer, because I know they can see him if they're following me here, but I'm not quite sure if they can see me on Instagram. And Big Brother just had at BME Stalk at Black Fathers Foundation. So Nate, make sure if you can, I don't know if you can see my Instagram, we get those handles right there. Hopefully Keith Rock can tell us where those two things right there are actually connecting us to. DJ 271, I need you right quick. So if you guys, once again, on Instagram, can let me know if you guys are seeing Nate Chapman right here, because this is very important, because as entrepreneurs, a lot of times I think we just assume, Nate, that people grew up in a household with parents who were entrepreneurs, and they grew up in a household where the head of household were affluent, and they just kind of passed on this wealth. But I longer. You can go 71. What? How can they, like the people on Instagram? How can they see us? What do they need to get? Hey, you guys on Instagram, you want to see my guest, Nate Chapman, who is one of the 3 kings of consulting. Please make sure you guys go ahead and join us on YouTube at Walking with Walt Podcast. Please join us on YouTube at Walking with Walt Podcast. Okay, gotcha, Keith. I just see exactly what. Hey, y'all, we got a lot going on right here, man. I got, man, some power hitters on this thing. I would love to be able to bring Keith L. Brown on if he had a second, because we're talking about entrepreneurship, and he taught me a whole lot about that. But there's so much more I know I need to go through his boot camp with Nate, where I can learn even more from that good brother right there. So we're going to pick back up. Everybody on Instagram, if you want to be able to hear and see Nate Chapman, the author of 27 books. Let me say that again. I did not say 7 books. The author of 27 books, right out of Tupelo, Mississippi. He's getting ready to give you the backstory of how he got here. But I need y'all to get that. Author of 27 books, has his own detailing company down in Tupelo, Mississippi. And he's also the founder, one of the founders of the Young Kings Gentlemen's School. So, Mr. Chapman, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure everybody can see the person whose voice they hear over here on my Instagram. So if you can, sir, let's start back with where you were. You were talking about being born in Mississippi to a mother 14 years old, I think you just said.
Yeah, 14 years old, man. And so they weren't able to take care of me. So they put me in the hands of my grandmother, which is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And now that I'm thinking about it, my grandmother was an entrepreneur. She ran a babysitting business. That's how she always made her money. She ran a babysitting business, man. She would babysit local mothers, single mothers who had to go to work. She would keep their children, man. That's how she made her money, man, and paid off a 30-year mortgage in 20 years by herself. No husband, none of that. So now that I think about it, that's what really was going down, man. I think I just begin to see that. My uncle, her brother, was also an entrepreneur. He's a general contractor, and I saw him doing entrepreneurship. But it was just in me, man, from a little boy, man. I've been selling watches and pens and whatever I could get my hands on, because it was always on the inside of me, man. And as I got older, my first business was a cleaning company. Started out cleaning buildings, stripping and waxing floors, doing all that stuff. And then came to Atlanta, of course, to go to school. Came back. And then I started the Chapman Consulting Group, and I've been doing that ever since. Out here, man, going.
Can I ask you a question right quick, Nate?
Yes, sir.
So when you came to Atlanta, you said you came to school here in Atlanta. What school did you attend when you came here? Was that undergrad? Was that grad? Was that a school at the AU Center? Was it one of the PWIs here in Georgia?
So I came for grad. I came for grad school. I attended the Morehouse School of Religion, cool. which was graduate school. So I got my master's degree in education from the Morehouse School of Religion.
And how did that contribute to your growth as an entrepreneur, and what it was that you took back to Tupelo when you went back across the water?
Man, what it did was it helped to shape my mind, because the education is Afrocentric, as you know. And so just having that Afrocentric lens on everything that I've done and begin to pursue, it changed the game for me, because when I went back, my mind was focused on, hey, I have to do something to help my community. This thing is bigger than just making dollars and cents, but I have to really help to shape my community. And that's what I've been able to do, man, especially by founding the Young Kings Gentleman School, man, where we helping boys in my city, man, to become great. And so I look at all of that as a byproduct of my education at Morehouse.
Hey man, that is a story because I know you were telling me some stuff, man, about one of your Jagners up there at Morehouse, Dr. Slaughter, man. I know who's doing a lot of good work here in Atlanta. And I know Dr. Slaughter, man, had an impression on you. That, you know, we can get deeper into that. But man, I'm loving what you're talking about right here, man. Shouts out to Roz Walker. She just said 2 out of the 3, 2 out of the 3 kings are here. These men are so powerful together. Okay, cool. So, hey, man, shouts out to Roz Walker, man, for saluting us right here. She said, salute to your grandmother, Black Queen. Man, oh, Nate, I'm so impressed because your grandmother anybody, for you able to just like observe what she did and pick it up. I want to know more. I want to dig deeper into that because you don't get to write 27 books, man, without having example in front of you. I want to know more about how your grandmother and your uncle, who I had a chance to spend a lot of time with, and too, actually start planning these kind of like drip marketing this stuff into your brain when we know most people are, you know, being pushed into working a 9-to-5 job. What was it about it, now you watching them as a contractor, as a babysitter, and so on and so forth? What was it about it that kind of made that thing up in your brain and say, hey, I want to work for myself?
Well, it was really just watching them operate in freedom. You know, I'm all about time freedom more than I'm even about money freedom. I want my time to be free so that when it's time to go do what I got to do, man, I can get up and move. You know, nobody telling me I can't take a break. I can't take a day off to go speak. I can't do this, can't do that. And so just watching time freedom was the thing for me because he used to work in a factory, but then he started working for himself, my uncle, and I watched him have time freedom. Him and his partner to be able to go and do the things that they want to do. He's a minister in the Nation of Islam. So he was also heavy in that. And he had the time to also do that as well. And so that time freedom is very important because it frees you up, man. It frees you up to go help free the masses. You know, you can't help change the minds of the masses, man. If you working 12, 13, 14 hours a day, you too tired to get liberation. Right. Wow. And so you got to be free to even get liberation, bro. You got to have time freedom to pursue liberation. And so that's why it is so very important, man. And so I tell people how I got into book writing was not just to have a lot of books, but I started consulting and I noticed that schools did not have material that were culturally relevant to our students. So what I began to do was I began to create material with the intention of allowing our students to see themselves in the material. And so what I did was I would make. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I gotta inject this right here. One of the things I heard you say, and you were very intentional about, just like you're intentional about why you started writing the book. When we were speaking in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think about a week ago, we were at the North Carolina Middle Level Educators Conference. One of the things you kept re-emphasizing to all of the administrators and educators in the room, you kept re-emphasizing, if you can see it, you can be it. So right now, that's what you're talking about. You started putting literature in there that was, I guess that would allow the students as well as the faculty, One, to see it in order to be it. So I wanna dig deeper right there with you bringing that literature in. Would you say right now, based on what you're seeing as you go across the nation and speak, critical race being a critical thing that people are talking about, social emotional learning being one of the things, and I don't think anybody can paint a picture or use images to deal with that. Would you say then that A.G. Gaston was spot on, when he said find a need and fulfill it? That pretty much is the mantra that most entrepreneurs should live by if they are trying to actually add value and monetize it. So I know I asked like 2 or 3 things there. So starting with your quote about if you can see it, you can be it. That kind of got you intentionally focused on putting that material in there. And then I want you to kind of close out with A.G. Gaston's quote, which is one of his mantras and one of my mantras now. find a need and fulfill it. Do you feel like a lot of the people who are out here trying to do what you're doing, which is get that time freedom, do you think it's because they didn't see enough of it? That's why they can't be it right now? And do you think that they're missing the mark because they're not finding the need of the market? They're just trying, like, putting a product out there and hoping that it will sell.
Yeah, I would say so. My saying is, it's hard to be what you can't see. And
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm very big on, whenever I'm presenting, to put images on the screen. I want you to see the images because images are powerful. And if I can show you images, especially when I'm talking to young people, of people their age that are being successful, that are multimillionaires, that are starting companies, then it begins to make the light bulb go off that, okay, if I'm 13 and he's 13 and a multimillionaire, then I can do it because he's no better than me.
Right.
He's no more special than me. We're the same age. And so that's what I want them to get in their mind, is that if it's hard to be what you can't see. So I'm never going to leave a room without you seeing. I'm not going to give you an excuse for not being able to see the images and being able to see what it is that you need to see. So A.G. Gaston was definitely spot on. And I would even say that old mystic Howard Thurman, who says, find out what makes you come alive and go do it. He said, we need people that have come alive. And so that's what we're trying to do. We need more people that have come alive. There are so many entrepreneurs that will never step out and do it. First of all, they fear failure and they also fear success. It's possible to fear both success and failure, right? And so what we need is people that are willing to take the leap, as Steve Harvey says, take the leap, because
Yeah.
you will never know what you can do until you step out there and actually begin and get in the game. You got to get in the game.
Well, man, check this book out that I want to show to both my Instagram followers right now. And it's funny that you set it up perfectly, Onay, when you just said take the leap. Steve Harvey said take the leap. Let me know if you can see that book right there, Onay. Can you see the book title?
Yeah, I can see it.
I hope everybody out there who's following us know, man, we're giving you nuggets today, y'all. We need you to like this. We need you to share this on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever platform you're listening to right now. Man, this is one of my favorite books right now. I just keep revisiting it. It's called When to Jump. If the job you have isn't the life you want, by Mike Lewis. Once again, coming on late. The book is entitled When to Jump. If the job you have isn't the life you want. Onay Chapman jumped a long time ago. This brother right here, man, said we need people to come alive. Onay, what year did you come alive, man? Were you like 10 years old, 12 years old? When did you come alive and started this whole journey of entrepreneurship?
Well, man, let me tell you something. It really started when I was 7, man. My aunt, my mom, my grandmother's sister, who is now an ancestor, she prophesied to me one day, man, in my living room. I'll never forget. She said, Onay, you're going to travel the world helping people. She told me how I was going to walk, how I was going to carry even my briefcase. And I carried everything just like that, just like she said. She said, you're going to be a worldwide name. You're going to travel the globe. And so from that moment on, it began to open my mind. I've never forgotten that, man. I've never forgotten what she told me. And then I've even had people since then give me that same prophecy. So everything is in motion. Everything is in motion. So I really became alive at 7. But when I got to the Moore School of Religion, it really took me to a whole new level, man, because I always had questions. I always wanted to know how, our story related to the Afrocentric story, and, why we wasn't getting told these things in school, what they was hiding from us in school and high school and junior high. And so those things finally came together for me. And that's all I needed. That's really all I needed, man, to go to the next level, because as Naeem Akbar said, when you know thyself, it's over with. It's over with. It's knowing thyself.
Hey, let me do this right quick, Onay. Let me do this, man, because I knew you were gonna come down this street. For all my young people who are following me over here on Instagram, man, know thyself. When you know thyself, Onay Chapman, the author of 27 books, one of the 3 kings of consulting. He's on the phone. He's on fire. I'm excited, man. This brother right here, we refer to as the professor Instagram. We refer to him as the point guard because he set it all up. When you see the 3 kings on stage, please know he's the one who's pushing the ball down court. He's orchestrating it. And you know me, man, I'm just going to bust out that thing, bro. I'm trying to get above the rim. Wherever Onay throw that ball, I'm trying to get it, man. Onay, you are giving us some valuable information right now, man. I love how you just shouted out the ancestors. Shouts out to your auntie, man, who's going on, man, to be with the ancestors. Thank you for all the knowledge that she dropped on you before she left here. And once again, man, if you can see it, you can be it. O'Neill Chapman right here, y'all, one of the three kings of consulting. So with that being said, talking about taking that leap, O'Neill Chapman, man, do you think it's time for the three kings to take that leap, man, and take it all the way to a place that the industry has not seen? I'm talking about three brothers who can hold their own with anybody, sharing a stage. Tell me, how is that, and how do you see this taking your entrepreneur endeavors to the next level, man? Like working with two other brothers who are by far, man, among the best in this world, not in this nation, in this world when it comes to engaging people, also when it comes to building people up, and also promising less and giving more. So, O'Neill, talk to me about this new venture that you guys are on, man, the Three Kings Consulting, and how does it feel to be working with a team collaboration versus all of these years up to this point, you being a solopreneur, so to speak?
Man, this thing is going worldwide. This is going worldwide, not nationwide, worldwide. The education space has not seen a group like ours in its history. And I can guarantee you that. They have not seen what we're going to bring to the table. Listen, most people like to work by themselves, but I tell people all the time, you can get so much more done working in a group than you can do by yourself, because just a piece of a bigger pot is still better than all of a small pot, right? And so you have to begin to work with a team, man, because collaboration over competition is what I came into 22 saying. My first video of the year that I dropped on Facebook was collaboration over competition, not knowing that we'll be doing the Three Kings. You know, I didn't know.
Check this out, Keith L. Brown. Keith L. Brown just jumped in on Instagram right here, man. You're going to love this post in conjunction to what you're doing right now. He says the three of you are definitely primed and poised to do what has never been done. I need to repeat that for everybody out here following us, man. I need you to like, I need you to share. This right here, man, this is prime time. Like Greg Speak does, man, on V103 when he's getting ready to break a record. Break a record, world premiere. I'm getting ready to break something in a second, y'all, because I'm working with another team over here, 271 Entertainment, man. O'Neill, I want you to pick back up where you are right now. You talked about, what was that language you used, O'Neill, about people rising up, or something you said earlier when it's time for us to come alive, I believe you said?
Yeah, Howard Thurman said, find what makes you come alive and go do it.
Well, let me just show y'all something, man. I'm gonna actually just pause for a second. This is our sponsor this week, man. 271 Entertainment. I know a lot of you guys know DJ 271 as being the man behind the cameras here for the Walking with Walt podcast. Y'all know him, man, as being my graphic artist. Some of you guys know him, man, for being my student at Thera High School, man, Southwest Atlanta in the SWATs. But, man, what I want y'all to know about this brother, we've been collaborating, man, and talking about how we're going to take our business credit, our business to the next level. And, man, look at this new one, man. This brother just came out with his first children's book, man, first day of school. I need y'all to see, man, these are the kind of people I'm hanging with right now, O'Neill Chapman. This is my DJ, man. Y'all need to follow this brother right here. He's on Instagram, man, at 271 Mix That. DJ 271 Mix That, right? DJ 271 Mix That. Y'all need to follow him right now. Also, man, he's out here in these Facebook streets, man, at Rashad Meadows. I need you guys to know, man, this brother has found something that makes him come alive. I've never seen anybody, man, work with young people in the way that he does, man, with his big smile. And I know this brother right here, man, he's also the smile creator, y'all. So little children, man, they're just gravitating to this brother. But I need all of these young people on Instagram, as well as all of you guys who are a little more seasoned out here, man, on YouTube and Facebook, to know that what O'Neill and what Keith and myself to show you guys, man, we can work together. This is DJ 2 of this book right here, you guys. He's sponsoring the show tonight. 271 Entertainment sponsoring the show, so I had to get that commercial in. Y'all make sure y'all follow DJ 271 Mix That on Instagram. He's our sponsor for tonight. 271, thank you, man, for sponsoring the show. Thank you, O'Neill, for allowing me to jump in, because he's another author, man, up-and-coming author that I know is going to light this thing all the way up. And our children need to see it if they can be it. So I come back and let DJ 271, man, talk more about this on a later show. Y'all know I can't pull him in tonight without letting him know that I was going to pull him in. But if he wants to jump on behind the camera, man, tonight, I would love to have 271, man, to join me on the hot seat and tell us more about what he has going on. And O'Neill, like I said, man, Keith L. Brown, I just got to read that quote one more time. He says that the three of you are definitely primed and poised to do what has never been done. Chapman, man, I had a chance to share the stage with you, man, for the first time. And all I can say, man, it was magic. I don't know how you felt, man, deep down inside, but it was magic. It was therapeutic. It was me having to do something for the first time, just like all of you guys, man. I had to reduce myself from being didactical and delivering, to a certain audience to being more open, man, and just kind of flowing with how everything was rocking. And I just said, this is empowerment at its best right here, being able to be one of the best in the space, but also have humility at the same time. So I'm telling you, man, I don't even know right now. I still haven't come to grip with what happened that day. I'm still getting people reaching out to me asking, when can we get more of the Three Kings? And I have the point guard on right now, man. So let the people who are listening right here on Instagram, let the people who are listening on Facebook and YouTube know, Onay, what's next for the Three Kings Consulting?
Man, what I see for the Three Kings, man, is going across districts, going to districts, man, all over this nation, and not just the nation, but globally. I'm gonna keep putting that out there because we are not just a local brand. This is a global initiative that the Three Kings got going on. I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about Australia. I'm talking about Asia. I'm talking about everywhere students are. We're going to be, because this is a global initiative. Man, it feels so good to be able to work with a team, man, where I can just put my 15, 20 minutes together, my best 15, 20 minutes. King put his best 15, 20. Jeff put his best 15, 20. Y'all really just saw the rough draft in Charlotte, North Carolina. That was just the rough draft. We ain't even got started really yet. Hey, look, we ain't even gave you the championship playoff level yet. I mean, we just really gave you a preseason. That was just the preseason.
Hey, okay, we didn't even get a chance to really practice anything, man. We actually went to bed that night, I think around 4:30, and we were back up at like 6 o'clock. And y'all, let me just say this right here, man. If you ever have to get an Airbnb with the professor, Doc, when you get up in the morning and turn that bathroom light on, I know this is totally has nothing to do with entrepreneurship, but I'm just letting you know, if you have a professor on your team like me, I got up 271. Turned the bathroom light on, went and turned the water on the sink, man, so I can get that hot water under my toothbrush, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, I heard the shower go on, man. I said, hey, Keith and bro, this nigga done jumped in, man, got the fresh hot water I had going in the bathroom. But what he told me, when you working with a team, hey, it's a book that I'm reading on right now called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when I hit 1, I was supposed to jump up and go and jump in the shower. But, man, I hit 1 and I just said, okay, man, let me get my mind right for the day. And that Negro had stolen all the good hot water.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, Onay, man, when you say, though, we haven't even hit playoff, we haven't even gotten our playoff legs. But any of you guys who actually have not seen the video, please go, man, to OC Chapman on Facebook or go to Hope Dealer on Instagram. I think we got it published there. Or you can go to KeenanWalker.com or Walking with Walt podcast, Awaken the Genius podcast to see the video. Man, when I tell you, this is our first time ever being in the same space working together. Now, we've all been individuals coming to the Young Kings Gentlemen's School, but I think, Onay, it would be good if we can kind of walk them back, man, as we talk about being entrepreneurs. I think all of us, you mentioned it when we came out, I think all of us have been doing this grind for 20 plus years and like 40 plus years in education, but entrepreneurship for like probably 60 plus years. So, Onay, I think it's well worth the time to share with the people how we all came together. Do you want to do it, or you want me to kind of tell them how the Three Kings came together?
Well, I know that. So you was in a boot camp, and you saw me on the screen at Chica Cool's boot camp, and yes, so you said your words were, "I'm gonna meet that guy," right?
No, my words were, "I'm going to work with that guy."
I'll work with that guy, okay. And then I went to the Black Educators Rock Conference in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2019. And everybody kept telling me, you need to meet Keenan Walker because y'all do the same type of work, because your stuff is Awaken the Genius. My stuff is called Unlocking the Genius, but I didn't even know you, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and so they kept saying, man, you need to meet Keenan Walker. Several people told me that in that space. I said, okay, I can't wait to meet him. Then I met you. You came to my table
And
and bought the
I think I
book,
bought you
man. And
like the books that day, man, and I actually have used Unlocking the Genius in several of my trainings or whatnot, because my thing is, I told you I was going to work with you, so I can't say I'm going to work with a brother if I don't actually support him when he's out here, man, as a vendor in the space doing the same work that I'm doing. So if I can jump in and springboard off this, so we were actually on, I think Jeff Williams and I, we were on Craig Boykin's podcast. And Jeff and I, we had this instant connection or whatnot. And before you know it, I told him, hey, bro, whatever you got going on in your space, don't hesitate to let me know. I don't mind getting on a plane to come out and support you or putting my maximum on the road. That thing right there, man, can go anywhere. You know that. You've seen the Max Dog down in Tupelo. So anyway, man, Jeff heard about me coming to the Young Kings Gentleman School, which is found about Chapman, the professor. Hey, man, I lit that thing up down in Tupelo, y'all. I still think the firemen down there trying to put the fire out from Keenan Walker coming down in Tupelo. But man, it was so on fire that O'Nay invited Jeff to come down. And this is how the Three Kings synergy started, you guys. I drove back down to Tupelo, had never met Jeff in person, told him I was going to support him because I support the Young Kings wholeheartedly. Jeff, as soon as I walked into space, man, we hit it off. And we made up our mind, I think, that day, then with O'Nay, that we're going to have to do some work together.
Yep. We made up our mind that day. Yeah. Now, how I met Jeff was through our boy Tommy Mabry, who's one of the top speakers in the game.
Come on, now tell that.
And Tommy began to talk about Jeff. And he knew this guy, Jeff, that he was bringing along with him to speak with him down in Florida, because Tommy allowed me, he allowed me to share his stage in Florida as well. And so me and Jeff met through Tommy. And so I had Jeff to come up to the Young King Gentleman School. And we just made a connection. We made a connection, man. And it's like, it was just a divine connection. And from there, I began to see in my vision, three kings kept coming to me. And I remember telling somebody, I said, man, I got an idea. I hope my brothers will come along with me, and we all co-found the Three Kings, because we can take over the game. And man, as soon as I told y'all about it, y'all were on board. And hey, all I can say, the rest gonna be history, bro.
Hey, let me say this right here, O'Nay, before we leave, man. Keith Brown is getting ready to go and do his corner. But I want to say, he says, proud of y'all, gotta get ready for his corner. Coaching tip for all speakers. Use social media as your audience when you're not getting booked. Social media is an audience. And lastly, he said, significant entrepreneurs understand how to turn social media into business media. And I think, man, that's what's getting ready to pop off right now. We have one of the dopest authors out here, one of the dopest publishers out here, O'Nay Chapman, on with us right now. So when people start asking, how do you start your business? First thing I would say, O'Nay, just get started. Let's not worry about your business plan so much. Let's not worry about your logo. Let's not worry about anything except for taking that leap that you mentioned, my brother. So when you got started, O'Nay, with the Young Kings, when you got started with your Chapman detailing, when you got started with your publishing company, man, if you could just give us, because, man, that time is flying tonight. If you could just give us maybe like your top 3 points or your top 3 tips that you would share with anyone who's thinking about taking a leap into entrepreneurship, whether they're doing it as a side hustle or as their main hustle, what would be like 2 or 3 of your top points or top tips that you would share with these future entrepreneurs?
First thing I will say is start from where you are. Start from where you are. It does not take $10,000 to start a business. Stop thinking that you need 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000. Work that thing from the ground level up. So when I got into consulting, how I started doing consulting was going to church, speaking at churches, $200 gigs, $300 gigs, $400 gigs. You know, now that ain't that top level that you hear about Les Brown and ET and all them making. But hey, I got to start somewhere, right? If I want to get my name out there, if I want to get noticed, if I want to be seen, I have to start somewhere. So every speaker started on the ground floor level, and you got to work yourself up. But you can't try to be perfect, just be permanent. Don't be perfect, be permanent, be consistent. Be consistent in everything that you do in your business, and you will eventually catch on. Your brand will eventually catch on. Take the leap. Don't be afraid of failure, and definitely don't be afraid of success, because that's what usually holds people back. Take the leap. Don't be perfect, be permanent.
Wow. Marcus Vanderbilt is checking in out here from Montgomery, Alabama, man. Dr. Marcus Vanderbilt, he's running for school board, man. He's taking another shot at it. I think it's District 1. Marcus Vanderbilt, if you're on here, man, we would love to bring you on just to talk to people about what you have going on down in Montgomery, Alabama, even if it's for like a hot minute, just to let us know how we can support you here at the Walking with Walt podcast. Also, man, I want to extend a hand from the Awaken the Genius podcast. Anything we can do from either one of those podcasts, anything we can do from anything we can do from the House of Alpha and all of the houses that we share together, anything we can do as a Divine Nine community, anything the Walker family can do, the Osbrook family can do. Dr. Marcus Vanderbilt, if you're still listening, man, we support your campaign. Montgomery needs you. Montgomery needs Dr. Marcus Vanderbilt, man, to be sitting on that school board, because there's no greater time than the time that we're in right now for people with servant leadership abilities like Dr. Marcus Vanderbilt. Oh, Nate, you said a couple of things, man. Don't be perfect, be permanent. You also came back after you said don't be perfect, be permanent. You talked about not being afraid of failure, but also not being afraid of success. And then lastly, you talked about how you just wanted to get your name out there, man. You started taking $200 speaking engagement, $300, so on and so forth, man. A lot of people think they're going to come out here, man, and just jump on the stage because they took a course and make $10,000 on their first speaking course.
No.
A lot of people are trying to write books and get the book number 27, but they cannot get past the idea. And I'm speaking to myself right now. They cannot get past the idea of writing that perfect book. So talk to me and people like myself, Onay, who's trying to write that perfect book, but you're saying, bro, just get permanent. Don't worry so much about being perfect. Help me and anyone else who might be afraid to say that this is where they're hitting the roadblock at, to understand how to get our mindset shifted from being perfect to just writing that book right now, taking the leap and getting started.
Yeah, so it's a couple things that usually hold people back from writing books. And that I get these from working with, I don't know how many clients to date on book writing. One thing is they want it to be perfect. I tell them, hey, the book is not going to be perfect. And they also worry about if anybody's going to buy it or not. And that keeps them from writing the book. The third thing is they usually hit the writer's block wall because they don't have an outline. So I teach outline. I teach your book will not be perfect, and that you have to make sure that when you're getting ready to write it, that you're in the right frame of mind, that you have the right mindset. And how you get in that right mindset is by always creating an outline. I call it the brainstorming. I call it brain dumping. What we used to do in junior high, take all the ideas you have, throw it at the wall, and from that, you can get all your chapters and all your sub points from just you writing down all the ideas that you have about your book and where you want it to go. And from there, you will be able to develop your book, man. But don't worry about making it perfect. Listen, my books are 20 pages. Some of them are 25 pages, and they are used in school districts. 25 pages, because they're not worried about how long it is. They're worried about how strong it is. What kind of information? They're not worried about how long it is, but how strong it is. What kind of information? I sold 1,000 books to a school district one time, and 2 workbooks, 500 a piece, and they're both 25 pages. And a school district bought 1,000 of them. They are 25 pages, bro. So don't worry about it being too short or being too long. Worry about the content that is inside the book.
Man, you just dropped a real serious nugget right there. Hey, man, if you guys have not shared this, I need you guys to go out there, share this. We have Onay Chapman, man, from Chapman Detailing. We have Onay Chapman from Chapman Publishing. If I got that wrong, please let me know, Onay. We got Onay Chapman, the founder of the Young Kings Gentleman School in Tupelo, Mississippi. And we know that that school is going to be spreading across this great nation, because what they thrive on at the Young Kings Gentleman School, which I'm going to follow up in the next segment, I know these brothers right here, man, are giving kids life skills, man. That's their mantra. Onay is going to give it to you. I'm paraphrasing right now. So, Onay, we've kind of talked to the author right now about not trying to be perfect, be permanent. What do we do for those people out there, man, who and they might not want to be millionaires like ourselves or whatnot, but they want to give back to the community? One thing that I see that you're doing down in Tupelo, and I hope that you'll bring that thing across the water, across the Chattahoochee River to Atlanta, Georgia, and spread it all throughout the United States. But one thing I love about what I see when I come to Mississippi and see the work that you're doing with the young kings or whatnot is that they can walk out on any given Saturday with a skill that they can start using and monetizing it. When I saw you educating, when I saw you educating along with the other young men who helped you move the Young Kings Gentlemen's School along, when I saw you guys educating those brothers on how to iron clothes, I realized in that very moment that those kids who were 10 years old, they iron better than give them to iron shirts the way they iron instead of sending those shirts to the cleaners. I'm being honest with you, man. You guys are really teaching life skills. I think all of us can agree that assessing is good, but testing is devastating. Because when you do a test, we know that you're doing a diagnostic on someone. You're trying to find out where they are. You're trying to find out what their weaknesses are. And I think that's one of the things that's going to make the three E's concerned. Understand, gotta dive deep. People talk about doing deep dives into data, but how do you dive deep into qualitative data? We know you can dive deep into quantitative, but how do you dive deep into that qualitative data? Onay, how are you guys doing that when it comes to the Young Kings Gentlemen's School? How are you peeling back those layers and knowing exactly what it is that you guys need to provide for those young kings every time you guys open up the doors to the Young Kings Gentlemen's School?
So it is really based upon our motto. The motto of the Young Kings Gentlemen's School is the school where every student majors in life skills. The school where every student,
please,
the school where every student majors in life skills, right? And so all I did was took the Saturday model. It's really nothing new. Our ancestors did this long ago. They had Saturday school, and they would bring students together and teach them on Saturday and also on Sunday. So when you saw Sunday school didn't mean we just gonna learn about Jonah and David and Moses, but they was actually teaching science, they was actually teaching math, they was actually teaching reading in Sunday school, right? And so I said, how can I get back to that Saturday school model that our communities already had long ago? And so I said, okay, I'm not teaching math, I'm not teaching science, I'm not teaching reading, but I can teach the life skills, which is that area that we fall through the cracks in, right? And so I started off teaching them how to iron clothes, talked about how to wash clothes, how to change flat tires, right? How to cook was our last session. We taught the boys how to cook. So if mom ain't at home, you know how to go on that stove and cook your own little meal to satisfy yourself till mom get home, right? And so the problem with the testing system is that you're trying to, this is the analogy I use. You're trying to teach fish how to climb trees. And then you're saying, okay, why don't you seem brilliant? You asking a fish to climb a tree. And then when he don't seem brilliant, you saying, well, you must not be smart. No, fish don't climb trees, they swim. But the problem is if the test is not suited to me swimming, it's suited to me climbing a tree, then I don't look brilliant. But whenever you put that fish in water, he instantly becomes brilliant because that's what he was created to do. And so what the test does is keep our students away from their actual brilliance. Because it's testing them on something. Many of them are not great test takers, but I guarantee you, if you put them in the arts, if you put them in the sciences, if you put them in the life skills area, in the rapping and the making of music and being in the band and doing all these arts and drawing and all these things, they instantly become brilliant. So what the school system is actually doing is killing their brilliance because it's making them feel dumb. It's making them feel slow, and they're not dumb, they're not slow. They're just in a system that's not fitted for their brilliance. And so we have to allow fish to swim. Fish don't climb trees. I want everybody to remember that. Allow the fish to be in his natural habitat and you instantly see his brilliance.
Well, look, man, we're up on the 10 minutes until we close out the show. I want to do something tonight because I just think you have shared so many nuggets tonight. You know, I would be remiss if I did not ask you to use each of the 7 secrets that I have outlined for awakening the genius in Black boys. But I think we have to scale that, Onay. I think now it's going to be awakening the genius in Black males, or maybe in, I don't know, but you see where I'm going with this right here. I think you shared so much tonight, man, that Black men, not just Black boys, need to know, that I'm going to ask you to give me like the first thing that kind of comes to mind when you think about the 7 secrets, so that we can leave these people with something that they can walk away from this podcast tonight and start realizing these 7 secrets that I have come up with. But we will have examples that are given by our brother Onay Chapman, the professor, that will help them if they're trying to start their own Young Kings Gentleman School, if they're trying to go out here and start writing their first book, if they want to actually take the leap into entrepreneurship and say, hey, I value time freedom over money freedom. So, Onay, do you understand what I'm getting ready to do right now?
Yes.
So I'm gonna start out, man, just talking about you, man. I respect and love you, man, so much, man, for what you not only do for the young gentlemen at the Young Kings Gentleman School, but I also respect and love you because you're a man of your word. When you say you want time freedom, I've seen you do it, bro. I've seen the details that you do on the cars. I've seen the chapters that you've written for the book. I've seen the doggone time and energy you put in to the Three Kings Consulting, growing to be a global brand. So now I want you to make it plain and simple for everybody who followed us tonight as we get ready to bring this week's podcast episode to an end. So when we think about habits, Onay, that's the first secret to inspiring and empowering Black boys. When you think about habits, man, how important are habits from your vantage point in us moving the needle as far as Black boys and Black men are concerned?
Habits are very important because habits are nothing more than consistency. And remember, I said, don't be perfect, be permanent. So part of that permanence is creating the habits that you have to be successful. And one of those habits that I like to focus on, man, is getting up and going to that gym, man, and getting my workout in. Yes, that helps to clear my mind in the morning, man, is getting on that treadmill, doing my 2 miles. I want to do that because I want to be healthy, man. We overlook that if we're going to travel the globe, we have to be healthy.
I love
this body got to be, in order to do the work, we got to have the health side to it. And so habits are very important.
Okay, so now, man, secret number 2 to the 7 secrets to inspiring and empowering Black boys and Black men is excuses. How do you feel about excuses? And do you accept people around you who just kind of always have excuses about why they can or cannot do something?
No, man, no. Excuses got to go out the window, man, because it's too many people that start from nothing. There's too many examples of people starting from nothing, especially just look back at our ancestors, man, who started colleges with pennies. Colleges that now struggle today with millions of dollars coming through the door, but they started those same institutions with a little of nothing. And so that takes out all excuses that we have, man, of not being able to achieve, man. You can achieve. You can achieve.
I love it, man. When you just said that about colleges, I'm reminded of Booker T. Washington. I'm reminded, man, of those great individuals who started Morris Brown College, which I'm just loving, man. They're on their way back. They are building relationships with other universities around the nation. So we don't have enough time to go on there tonight, but I love like the platform that you started to establish right there. Connecting the dots, Onay, how do you connect the dots, man, with those young kings as well as with the community in Tupelo, who I see is rallying around you? And how do you connect the dots, man, with the people who you're working with, like myself and Jeff Williams, man, to ensure that we continue to have that consistent message? So connecting the dots, that's the third secret.
So I use the process of Sankofa, that bird that's going backwards to retrieve, but always going forward. So I went back to the Saturday school model that our ancestors used long ago, while moving forward, connecting the dots into the future. And so that the process of Sankofa, if you're not familiar with Sankofa, look that up. It will change your life.
Shouts out to Pastor Derek Rice, man, with Sankofa United Church of Christ, right over there in the West End, man, right down the street from Hunter Street Baptist Church. You guys, man, who are familiar with that area right there, you guys know there's I think it's Captain D's, a Long John Silver. He's directly across the street from that, and I think it's next door to an auto parts place, man. So y'all support Sankofa United Church of Christ. Loving these answers right here, man. We only have about 4 more minutes, so we're on asking the right questions. Only how important are questions? Because everybody like to pump content in the kids, but they're not teaching them to ask questions, to be problem solvers. How important is asking questions to an entrepreneur, author, so on and so forth?
Man, one of the most powerful things I ever heard you say was when you brought that quote to the Young King School. Not worried about your answers, only about your questions. I thought that was so powerful. Because that's where the rubber meets the road, is when you begin to raise those questions that can really begin to move us forward. Because everybody pretend to have an answer, yeah. But are we asking the right questions? Are we asking the questions that's going to move the culture forward, that's going to move our communities forward? And so that is very important that we continue to raise those questions. That's why I went to school, man. I always had those questions, and nobody around me to answer them. You know, but it was the questions that were powerful.
I love it. So next one, man, what is your giftedness when it comes to relating to people? You have this way man. You have this non-threatening persona, even though anyone who knows you, they know that there's a lion within. But it always seems like you have this cover, man, where you're inviting to everybody. That's why I know we have a global brand on our hand with Three Kings Consulting. But what is it, man? What is it about your giftedness in relating to people that makes everybody feel so comfortable with you?
Well, it's the fact that no matter what audience I'm in, I'm kind of like Miles Monroe, who says, live full and die empty. I try to use his principle of making people understand their purpose. And so whenever you connect with people on the level of purpose, it's going to be non-threatening, because it causes everybody to sit back and say, oh, I got something to think about it. And how it usually always happens is whenever I'm doing a presentation, I can be talking to the kids, but it never fails that adults come to me and say, hey, I know you were here to talk to the kids, but you just inspired me. I want to do better now. And what it is I'm connecting through purpose. I'm going to always keep your mind focused on your purpose. Why are you on this planet? What are you here to do? There are people that have never had anyone to ask them this question. What are you here to do?
I love it. And we're down the stretch. We have 2 more secrets right here, Brother Chapman. You're killing it, man. I know people are taking notes. I'm sitting here right now saying, thank God I got this thing recorded so I can go back and listen to this time and time again. Hopefully people will watch the replay, man, so they can catch all 7 of these secrets that you have given a direct answer to. So we have 2 more to go. Expectations, man. How important is it for us to have high expectations for our Black and Black men versus us putting Black boys in special ed as soon as they are a little hyper, versus us putting Black boys out of school as soon as they curse somebody out? How important are those expectations?
Man, I'm going to use your quote. You can't high jump if the bar is set too low. You can't high jump if the bar is set too low. That is the cover on my Facebook page. If you go to my Facebook page, OC Chapman, in the cover section is that quote and your picture, because I thought that was powerful. And all that's pointing to is expectation. We expect you to jump high. We expect you to be great. We expect you to be a young king. We expect you to carry yourself like a person of purpose, like a person that know why they are on the planet. And so that's what we talk about. We talk about expectation.
Well, I tell you what, man, we're down to the last one. OC Chapman, I mean, your timing is impeccable, baby. You have been rocking with the realest motivating eternal educator. Man, we're talking about success. Now, when we put all of those things together, OC, now we have boiled it down. What is success to you? Because what Drake said, I don't know. Some people think Drake said was right. He said, I want the money, money in the cars, cars in the clothes, woes. I suppose I just want to be successful. What does success look like in the mind of Professor OC Chapman? And this is how we will get ready to segue out.
Man, success is you walking and operating in your God-given assignment. I saw a quote one time that said procrastination is the assumption that God gave you time to do tomorrow what he told you to do today. And so we're not going to wait until tomorrow to walk in our purpose. Success is you walking in your purpose today, not next week, not 2 weeks from now, not 3 years from now. What can you do today to get closer to the goals that you set for yourself? That's purpose of me. Even if you never make $1 million, if you never become a billionaire, if you never have your face on TV, did you change the lives of the people that you were sent here to impact? That is purpose to me.
Man, that's cold-blooded
That's
right there.
success.
Hey, bro, let me just tell you this right here, man. Oh, we got to have you back. We got to have you back with Jeff Williams, man, the other third of the three kings, man. You chilling right here, man, with my man, O.C. Chapman. You chilling here, man, with Keenan Walker. And we got my man, Jeff Williams, who's down in Louisiana, man, getting, I guess, like getting rested up from his surgery down in Baton Rouge, man. Shouts out to the third king, Jeff Williams, man. Hey, y'all, we come to the end of the show. Y'all, we try to respect your time. We look forward to seeing you guys back here next Wednesday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm asking everybody, man, send some prayers out to my crazy-ass co-host, Alexandria Robinson. That's her government name. That's where you can find her at on Facebook. Also, man, follow the doggone homie out there on Instagram, man, at Miss Born Thick, y'all. That's BORNTHIK. It stands for thighs, hips, and intoxicating curve. And please do not put that C on that thing, man, or she gonna go ham on you. Also, man, if you want to know more about how you can follow your boy, Keenan Walker, man, you can follow me out there on them Facebook streets, man, at my government name, as well as my LinkedIn at my government name, Keene Walker. You can also follow me, man, in them doggone Instagram streets at Mr. Awaken the Genius, and on Twitter, Mr. Awaken Genius. And last and certainly not least, make sure you follow the Walking with Walt podcast, man, on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever else you can find us. RSS coming to you soon, man. You have heard tonight, man, from one of the dopest authors out here. 1/3 of the three kings of consulting. Tupelo, Mississippi's own, man. I'm telling y'all, be on the lookout for this global brand called the Three Kings. If they want to know more about writing books, if they want to know more about the Three Kings Consultant, if they want to know more about the Young Kings Gentleman School or how they can donate to that school, man, I'll give you the last words. How can people follow you out here in these virtual streets?
So you can follow me on Facebook at OC Chapman. OC Chapman. That's OC Chapman. On Facebook, on Instagram, I'm Hope_Diller82. Hope_Diller82. You can give to the Young Kings Gentleman School through Cash App. $Chapman82. That's CHATMAN 82. Chapman, $Chapman82. Also, you can email me if you're looking for book writing coaching at Onae, that's ONAE .Chapman, CHATMAN @gmail.com. Thank you for having me, bro.
Hey, man, this has been a stone cold treat. This right here, man, is just the beginning of us scratching the surface and introducing ourselves to the world. Looking forward to having you to come back, man, on the show with Jeff Williams, as well as our man LaMarcus Betts, because none of this stuff happens without LaMarcus Betts being in the cut with us, man. He captured everything. The brother made sure that we were actually rocking and rolling as far as time is concerned. Shouts out, Mark, in case you're watching this right here, man. Shouts out to everybody, man, from Louisiana, from Mississippi, and Georgia, who before we even rolled up to North Carolina. Thank you to everybody in North Carolina, man, for all of the positive feedback. Thank you to everybody in North Carolina, man, for receiving like these three different brothers, man, who were just doing dress rehearsal, so to speak, man. I love all of you guys who followed us tonight. Thank y'all for hanging in here. We shall see all of you guys, man, on next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the Walking with Walt podcast, man. Y'all be easy out here in these academic Awaken the Genius streets. Be easy. All right, yourself.